Hey there, everyone. Today, we're diving into a critical geopolitical situation that's unfolding right before our eyes. It's a complex dance between nations, and at the center of it all is the Strait of Hormuz. You might be wondering, what's the big deal with this strait? Well, buckle up because we're about to explore why this narrow waterway is a potential flashpoint with global implications. First, let's set the stage. We have President Trump making a bold statement, claiming that significant progress has been made towards reopening the Strait of Hormuz, with a potential announcement just around the corner. This is huge, especially considering the backdrop of the Iran-Oman talks. But here's the twist: the US has nearly depleted its stockpile of long-range precision missiles in the war with Iran. This revelation raises some serious questions about the US military's strategy and capabilities. Now, what's fascinating is the proposed deal for the Strait of Hormuz. Iran and Oman are negotiating a plan where ships would enter through an Iranian-controlled route and exit via Oman. It's a delicate balance of power, and the inclusion of service fees adds an intriguing economic dimension. But here's where it gets tricky. The Trump administration has previously rejected any deal giving Iran control over the strait. So, is this a shift in policy, or is there more to this story? Personally, I find it intriguing that the US is considering a deal that goes against its initial stance. It suggests a potential willingness to compromise, which could be a positive step towards de-escalation. However, the US has been adamant about not allowing tolls in the strait, and Mr. Trump's comments about not letting anyone charge fees are quite telling. This could be a deal-breaker, and it's a delicate tightrope walk for all parties involved. What many people don't realize is that this situation goes beyond just the Strait of Hormuz. The war with Iran has taken a toll on US missile stockpiles, and the Pentagon's assurances about having everything they need might not paint the full picture. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's dismissal of stockpile concerns is interesting, but it doesn't address the reality on the ground. If the US is running low on these crucial missiles, it could impact their ability to respond to future conflicts. Now, let's shift our focus to the human rights aspect. The UN Rights Chief, Volker Turk, is alarmed by the surge in executions in Iran, with capital punishment being used to instill fear. This is a stark reminder that geopolitical tensions often have devastating consequences for ordinary citizens. The lack of fair trials and allegations of torture are deeply concerning and highlight the urgent need for international intervention. As we analyze these developments, it's essential to consider the broader context. The Yemen Houthi attack on a Saudi oil tanker in the Red Sea is a reminder that regional conflicts are interconnected. The Houthis' blockade and their threat to escalate attacks in the Red Sea could further destabilize an already volatile region. This raises a deeper question: how can we address these interconnected conflicts and find sustainable solutions? In my opinion, the Strait of Hormuz deal could be a pivotal moment in this ongoing crisis. If an agreement is reached, it might open the door to further negotiations and potentially pave the way for a broader peace process. However, the challenges are immense, and the risk of escalation remains. The US and Iran must navigate these negotiations with caution, considering the potential impact on global stability. So, what does this all mean? Well, it's a complex web of geopolitical interests, military strategies, and human rights concerns. The situation is far from resolved, and the coming days will be crucial. Will we see a breakthrough in the Strait of Hormuz talks, or will tensions escalate further? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the world is watching with bated breath.